Chin Tucked Boxing, baby.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
Yup, you know what time it is, man. This is, of course, your favorite channel, man, CTB. This is Chin Tucked Boxing. I'm your boy, Jay Slay. Say what up to him, man.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, your boy's back in effect, man. We've been going a while. We're back at it, man. Of course, we had to come back for this big fight this weekend, man. We both looking forward to it, man. A fight that we did not ask for, but I appreciate that we got it. It is most definitely Canelo Alvarez versus Jamel Charlo. The card is stacked, bro. The card is stacked. Me and my boy Mon were just talking behind the scenes about the Lubin fight and saying how I'm kind of excited about that fight, just as much so as I am about the Canelo fight for real. Because Lubin, he at that crossroads, man. We was talking about him, you know, being stopped twice. So what you think about that fight, man? Like, you think this is he got to pull it out? He got to either pull this fight out. He can't just do like he did against Fandor and you know what I'm saying, have a good showing. I think he got to win this one.
He said, meet me at the crossroads, man. Like, Bone Thugs and Harmony with this fight, man. Like, this is it for Lubin. Like, and the crazy thing about it, he's a great fighter. So I mean, he done ran into some dogs, some big time fighters, and he just came up short. You know what I'm saying? Fandor, he knocked down Fandor, but Fandor came in and stopped him. He lost against Jamel, which is on the main event, and now he's fighting this fight. And like we was talking about it on camera, I don't like the matchup as far as for Lubin, but as far as the fight that's probably could steal tonight, this fight is going to be exciting. It's going to be a, you know, like y'all like to call it, kind of a rock'em sock'em type of fight. It's going to be back and forth. It's going to be a lot of... The problem I have with Lubin, he got too much heart. If he fight intelligent and use his boxing skills, he might can outbox Ramos and win this fight. But I don't think he going to do that. He got too much grit, and he gonna bite down, and it's gonna be an entertaining fight. But I don't think he got more grit than Ramos, and it's gonna fuck him. It's gonna fuck him in the end. So I'm rooting for him because I want him to be a world champion because he's never been a world champion. I think he has the skills and ability to be a world champion, but he's came up short. But I think this fight is not tailor-made for him. This is gonna be a war, but I think it's a war he's gonna lose.
Yeah, I agree. I just showing you behind the scenes that Ramos, no, he's not the fastest guy in the world. I was watching some film on him last night. He's not the fastest guy in the world. He's not the most athletic guy in the world. But he is going to be in your face. And when he's in your face, he's going to put that pressure. And that pressure, he cracking too, boy. From what I've been seeing on film, man, he cracking. Like, he got some pop. And that seemed to be Lubin's kryptonite, man. Anybody that can punch, you know what I mean? Like you said, once you start hitting Lubin with some hard shit, his pride come out a little bit. He started wanting to sit down with you and start throwing with you. Which is why, Fandor was another animal. Fandor, he had 6'7" fucking, you know what I mean, freak of nature, you know what I'm saying? So that was a whole different fight. But he could have made that fight easier if he just listened to his coaches in the corner. You know what I'm saying? He listened to his coaches in the corner, he could have got Fandor out of there. But of course, like you said, his heart took over him. He wanted to get beat up in that fight pretty bad. This is a totally different monster, yo. He not going to beat Lubin to death the way Fandor did. He can crack Lubin and knock him out the way Jamel did, you know what I'm saying, with one punch. I think Ramos has that type of power. The questions is out on Ramos's chin, though. This is his step up fight for real. So I'm just going to pull a lot. This is going to have to be, you know what I'm saying, I ain't going to say a crossroad fight per se, but this is most definitely his Call to Fame fight, you know what I'm saying? Because this is his step up fight to where he's trying to be in that championship level and trying to fight the guys, you know, like Tim Tszyu and all those guys. So this it can go either way, man. It's an exciting fight, a lot on the line for this fight, man. Yeah, man, that's sort of like you said, man. That might be the fight that steal the show, in my opinion. That's the first fight on this card, though. The co-main event is a guy that we all are familiar with getting his ass whooped recently, and then another guy we're familiar with him for pretty much getting stopped by Tank, and then went the distance with Keith Thurman. So another fight we didn't ask for, but it could be, you know what I'm saying, like you said earlier, a rock'em sock'em fight, depending on how Ugas show up for this fight. That is Mario Barrios versus the Danish Ugas, man. What was your thought about that fight, man? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'd rather see Keith Thurman and Ugas than Barrios, man. For real.
Yeah, I don't know what Keith Thurman is doing. This is the perfect time for Keith to get back on the scene, for people to see him again, for him to make his mark, to let him know that he's still a contender at 147. And I think beating Ugas would have put him right back in contention for a world championship fight. But for some reason, Keith being Keith, and you talked about that on your last video. So if y'all ain't seen that video, go back and watch that video that Jay was talking about. But I still think it's an interesting fight and a good fight for the co-main event, considering that we got Ramos and Lubin at the other fight, then we got this co-main event because I favor Ugas, but I think Barrios' speed could give him problems because, like you said, Ugas is kind of stationary. But I think when it's all said and done, Ugas is just way too big, way too strong, and I think that he'll just physically just overwhelm Barrios in this fight, and he'll win. And even though he's not your natural, fundamentally sound Cuban fighter, he has a lot of the Cuban tactics that he can use, that he's going to use in this fight. And I think he's still going to be slick when he needs to inside, even though he's not going to move a lot. And he's going to know how to win those rounds, and he's going to outpoint Barrios, I think, maybe like 8-4, just for Ugas to get back in contention also, which Thurman should have been there in that fight. But I think Ugas will win it on the points.
Yeah, I don't know what Keith Thurman doing either, man. But this fight, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't see the point in this fight. I don't see the point. I kind of see the point in for Barrios because it's a payday. You know what I'm saying? He's another co-main event on the main on a blockbuster pay-per-view card. He pretty much came out of nowhere. Like you said, his claim to fame has pretty much been stopped by Tank. And ever since he got stopped by Tank, he got 2 decent fights. He wound up fighting Keith Thurman and now fighting Ugas. So I understand why Barrios is taking the fight. I have no idea why Ugas is taking this fight.
Did Ugas get left with his dick in his hand? Did he think that he was going to get that Keith Thurman fight? And then Keith Thurman once again said, I won't ready or I need a tune-up. So he had to jump in and just take the next guy up, you think?
I think that's probably exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. But I think Ugas, like you said, you left holding the dick, and now you fighting the Keith Thurman leftovers. So you pretty much went from fighting Keith Thurman to you fighting the guy he just finished beating. And like I said, this is a lose-lose for Ugas, in my opinion, because he can go in here and do like Keith Thurman did, and don't stop this guy or look bad against this guy. And then, you know what I'm saying, you lose stock again just because you lost, you know what I'm saying, you went tooth and nail with a guy who got knocked out by Tank. That's what people are going to say. You know what I'm saying? So, but he has a clear, I mean, he could knock the guy out. I mean, people do say Ugas hit hard, he is bigger. So maybe he could get this guy out of here. You know, he is kind of got a lot of wars on his belt now. There's 2 back-to-back wars he's been in. So maybe he's ready. Maybe he's ready now to go to sleep again. But like you said, I can't sleep on Barrios either, man. He might come out here and prove something. And then Ugas dropped the bag on the Keith Thurman fight. I got to talk to Keith Thurman real quick since his name got brought up in this bullshit. Because if Keith Thurman needs another warm, you said if Keith Thurman needs another warm up to fight Ugas, bro, that's like the most. He has to be literally a bust, in my opinion. That's like he's equivalent to like a first round pick in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Getting picked up and then just having a shit ass career, in my opinion. Because he went from unified welterweight champion. People talked about him fighting Mayweather and Pacquiao back in the day to him now being on the shelf pretty much for the last 4 years. So I mean, like I said, Ugas. Say again.
I said it's sad. He's going down a sad road because he had so much potential, and then people forget he only got 1 loss. That's why I don't understand why Keith is not getting back in there. But like I said, I think he's trying to get out of boxing. I think he's trying to get that one big payday, and he don't want to mess it up. He don't want to look bad. He don't want to get exposed. He don't want to lose.
He messed it up because he talking his way out of it. He talked his way out of all his big paydays. Other than Pacquiao, Earl Spence said he's not going to fight him again. Terrence Crawford just came out and said, "I'm not going to fight you." So shit, you talk your way out of all your paydays. To me, it's like he just wanted to be in the spotlight without proving that he needed to be in the spotlight. You know, so he's still hanging on that. I want a Danny Garcia rematch or some bullshit like that. But let's go back to the main event, man. The more important fight, of course, which is the Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez, man. I see a lot of people making videos, you know, trying to pretty much say, dude, Jamel has a chance. Dude, Jamel got a chance. Everybody looking at it from that aspect. And the other aspect I seen people questioning was, does Canelo Alvarez still got it? Is he over the hill? You know, he looked suspect his last 3 fights. Watching that film, yo, I'm gonna let you go first. Watching that film, man, do you see which one of those situations you see coming up first? You see it's like a more so Canelo Alvarez is going down the hill, or you think it's more so a Charlo, you know, can he actually pull it off?
This how I see it. I don't think it's that big of a disadvantage to the point where it's like we questioning should Charlo even be fighting him? Like, oh, can he win? You know, instead of just calling who you think gonna win, you put him and saying, can Charlo put up a good fight? That's what a lot of people saying. Do he got a chance? I think he got a chance. I really think he can beat Canelo. It's just what Canelo gonna show up. Is it gonna be the one that fought Ryder, or is it gonna be the one that fought Plant? I don't know, because at his age and with the wear and tear, maybe Canelo's over here. Maybe Charlo catch him at the perfect time. Like I said, he's very stationary. He's the longer, taller guy, and if he can stay on the outside and use his reach and box, and steal a lot of rounds in the first half of the fight, which we have seen Canelo do with Plant. I seen him do it with Amir Khan. Amir Khan won every round, the first 5 rounds of that fight before he went to sleep, like he always do. Yeah. He go take more naps in the shower, but he went to sleep. but if Amir Khan can do it, if Plant can do it, I think Charlo got the pedigree to do it. The power. My fault. Charlo has the pedigree to do it. The problem I have with it is I just don't think he can just go up 14 pounds and just without a tune-up fight, without fighting somebody that's a little bit under Canelo and just jumping in with a monster like Canelo, unless Canelo not that monster anymore. I'm gonna assume that he is Canelo. And if he is Canelo, I see the fight being very competitive the first half of the fight. But I also see the weight and the power start to affect Charlo. And I see Canelo taking the fight over as Charlo is not moving, it becomes more stationary. And when he becomes more stationary, we're going with predictions and everything. We'll go ahead and put everything out there. I just feel like when it's all said and done, in the back half of the fight, near the end of the fight, I think Canelo's gonna stop Charlo. I think he's just too big and too strong. I think it's just too much weight. You can't jump up 2 weight classes with a guy of that class and not pay for it. I just can't see it happening. But I think he has more than a chance. I think, you know what I'm saying, in the odds, he's only a little bit over 3 to 3.5 to 1 underdog. So it ain't like he's some huge 10 to 1 or 9 to 1 underdog. So even Vegas see it as a competitive fight. I just don't see if they was the same weight class and he had been at 168, I would see it differently. But then I look at the Castano fight. I look at him as a poor man Canelo, and I've been doing film study on that fight, and I see a lot of the same things with Castano with Canelo. With Castano, he didn't move a lot, even though he was defensively responsible when he was in the pocket.
Castano throw more punches than Canelo. Castano is a volume puncher. He's a volume in your face puncher. Canelo is more of a seek and destroy type fighter. He looks for you. Canelo beats on your arm until you can't block no more. He that type of fighter. He don't set you up with punches the way Castano set Charlo. And on top of that, I'm gonna say something. I think Castano, not only is his feet faster than Canelo, I think his hand speed is comparable to Canelo's. So when you have that, and he's definitely more athletic than Canelo. So when you put those attributes in it, yeah, I mean, I told one of my coworkers this the other day that Castano, people saying that Charlo couldn't stop because he stopped Castano, but he struggled in the first fight and he got hurt by Castano against the ropes. While he did get hurt by a punch that Canelo like to throw. Canelo loved throwing on left hooks, so he did get hurt by a left hook. I think it was harder for Charlo to read in that moment because, like I said, the athleticism of Castano got him in there, and he caught Charlo off a punch. Charlo threw a punch, missed. He blocked it. He pretty much caught and shoot it. It was a catch and shoot type hook. That's Canelo bread and butter. I give you that. But you know, I'm not even going off Canelo of old. I'm not going off recent Canelo. I go off Canelo how Canelo always fought. That strong jab of Charlo, man, is going to give Canelo fits, bro. If you watch how the quick jab of Floyd was in his face when it was in his way, and how he could not do anything with it. Imagine if Floyd had more pop, had the type of jab that can drop niggas the way Charlo got that jab. Charlo jab drop niggas. You know what I'm saying? When I'm saying both Charlos got that jab to drop niggas. So I think that, like you said, the length and he's faster. I'm gonna ask you a question real quick. You know what I'm saying? I kind of know the answer to the question, but it's not that big of a difference. How much big of a difference do you think Caleb Plant footwork is to Jermell Charlo's feet work? I know Caleb Plant probably got a slight advantage, but how much different do you think it is?
If Plant is a 9, I give Charlo a 7.5.
Okay, 7.5.
I give him a 7.5. If Plant is a 9, I think that he has better feet, but it's not like a huge difference. It's not like, you know, it's not levels, exactly. A whole bunch of levels, but it may be one level better.
All right, so you add that. So you add that with the fact that Charlo got a strong jab and a strong right, and then you add that with another fact that he don't gas the way Plant do. I don't see Charlo gassing in the rounds against Stock, because people forget, like you said earlier, Caleb Plant was probably winning that fight too before he got dropped.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. Then. So you sounded like you believe in Charlo. So I do. You believe in Charlo, and you said that Canelo style is seek and destroy. Mm-hmm. How is he gonna stop Canelo from seeking and destroying? When I believe, this is my opinion, he can't hurt Canelo. I don't believe Charlo can hurt Canelo.
I think he can.
If he can't stop Canelo in his tracks, what is he gonna do? Now you believe he can hurt him. If that's what you believe, but I don't believe that. That's the difference between me and you. I don't think he can hurt Canelo.
Yeah, I look at it two ways. Floyd, people say that Floyd didn't hurt Canelo. I think Floyd did hurt Canelo. Floyd has a different type of power though. Floyd had enough to where Canelo knew that he couldn't get caught with a punch clean without seeing the shit. I think Charlo has that same ability. I think Charlo, like I said, that jab is stupid. I think once you get Canelo thinking jab, 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 that right hand gonna come somewhere crazy. And people forget Charlo got a strong left hook as well. The only thing I say Charlo really can't get trapped in is trying to hook with the hooker. He can't be trying to hook with Canelo. And it's gonna put him to sleep. I'm gonna be honest with you. He can't be going there looking to hook and stay on the mid range with Canelo, because you know Canelo, like I said, he's gonna beat your arms and beat your elbows until you can't block no more. So you got to, like I said, you got to keep that strong jab on him, which I'm pretty sure Derrick James put in his stomach, put in his brain. Jab to the stomach, jab to the head, and you know what I'm saying, keep Canelo moving forward, pretty much.
So let us know. Go ahead and break it down and let us know. I gave you my prediction. Let us know what's gonna happen.
My prediction, I got Canelo still winning though. I got Canelo winning on points though. I don't think it's gonna be a controversy. I think it's gonna be a controversial decision for Canelo. I think, you know, it's gonna be hard for Charlo to win in Vegas, man. I don't see Charlo pulling out a points victory against Canelo unless it's. I mean, we gotta look, man. Canelo got a split decision with Mayweather, and he got dominated the whole fight. So I damn sure don't see Charlo winning on points in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's gonna put enough. He's gonna put enough on Canelo to make Canelo, you know, re-guess that David Benavidez fight. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I still think David Benavidez give Canelo that work, in my opinion. But you have anything else you want to add to this topic, man? I think we hit everything, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think we covered it all. Of course, after the fight, we'll do a recap on the fight like we always do. So just be looking out for that.
I mean, with that being said, man, this is of course your favorite channel, man, CTB. This is Chin Tuck Boxing. I'm your boy Jay Slay. Say peace to him, man.
All right, everybody, hit the like button so more people can see the video, notification bell so people know when we drop a video. Comment, let us know what your prediction is, and also subscribe to the video if you like the content. You know why? Because we love boxing and you love boxing, but most of all, God, peace, and love. And we out of here. Take care.
Chin tucked boxing, baby.